Okay, so for making that video, just first of all, I didn't know. Again, all I did was read the headlines and the reporting that I casually saw. Uh, Told a totally different story. I was told that he chased people. I was told that he showed up there with the intent to just cause mayhem and kill people. Well, it turns out he was putting out fires and scrubbing off graffiti.
What is good, Osiris here, stuck in the middle, and I'm a big fan of Jimmy Dore. I think he's such an important figure on the populist left, and if we had more people like Jimmy Dore's out here, to me, very authentic, and it says what's on his mind. He's just a normal guy, and he starts with facts. If you start with facts, if you do independent thinking, critical thinking, then if you wind up on the populist left or right, it doesn't matter. We can get along. We can run things. This is what happened recently. Jimmy Dore called out the media for their lies on the Kyle Rittenhouse case. You can have an opinion on the Kyle Rittenhouse case saying that he's guilty without lying, but it's difficult. So that's why they are lying. And Jimmy Dore isn't having it. Here's a response, a typical response from people out here who, to me, are fake populist lefts. Jimmy Dore, who is always calling for folks to take to the streets and protest, is now defending a murderer who went to a protest against police brutality to murder protesters. You can't claim to support protests and defend people murdering protesters. And she has 400 likes on that. Lies. Kyle Rittenhouse is on trial to see whether he's a murderer or not. I don't care what the verdict is. He's not a murderer in my eyes. Who went to a protest, you're a damn fool. It was happening at night, and they were doing all kinds of craziness. Did you hear what Binger said? These prosecutors, man, I swear to God, these prosecutors are trill trash. Binger tried to, so Rosenbaum was one of these protesters that you're fighting for. Has a horrible past. Forget his past. At the night of the shooting, this is the prosecution talking about Rosenbaum, trying to make him sound good. All he did was tip over a porta potty, light a dumpster on fire, swing a chain, tip over a trailer and set it on fire, and then drop the N-word with the hard ER. You are a damn fool if you think that is a protest. That is a riot. That is likes to fight guy who's coming out to have fun. And you call it a protest against police brutality. You sound like a fool. Kyle Rittenhouse went there to murder protesters. No. If there were no protesters there, there'd be no one to murder, number one. And number two, he was never the aggressor. So just all lies. Sound like mainstream media. These are people who pretend to be the resistance. You can't claim to support protests and defend people murdering protesters. Get the hell out of here. But there are people who do think freely. I appreciate Jimmy Dore, and I also appreciate Shauna Burley is a hell of a follow. She is a big Tulsi fan like I am. Here's a little thread that she had. I hear complaints about people changing. Jimmy Dore changed. Tulsi changed. You changed, talking about herself. The question you need to be asking is, why haven't you changed? Didn't all you burners claim you were radicalized? What are you doing that's so radical? So she's talking about, she's a former Bernie Sanders person. And there's a transformation that happened with a lot of people in what I think is her age group or people probably around my age group or even younger, where they grew up, Obama was the man. Obama was great. But then you found out he was into war. He was a corporatist, bailed out the big banks while your parents maybe or family members lost their homes in the financial crisis. So now you're off the Obama boat. Then you go to Clinton. Now it's like, okay, I'm going to vote Clinton instead of Trump. But Clinton sabotaged Bernie in their eyes. I don't want the video pulled, but in their eyes, they feel like the Democratic establishment, and it's been proven in court documents. I'm not going to get into a tangent. It's a fact that they sabotaged Bernie, but they could. It was the Democratic primary. They can make up the rules. It's not the general election. So they're off on the Dems now because they sabotaged Bernie. twice, basically. And then Bernie showed to be a phony. So these are the former Bernie radical, progressive left, the true populist left that she's talking to. Doing things how we always have, using strategies we always have, engaging in rhetoric we always have, voting the way we always have, capitulating to political parties as we always have, isn't radical. If you care more about teams than people, then you're just falling in line. Hell yeah, I changed. I don't want to give our government one more penny or power over one more aspect of my personal life. Why do you? Where is she leading? She's leading down that road that I took. We took different routes. That's a libertarian statement. I'm going to read that one more time. She went from a Bernie supporter to libertarian. Libertarians, if you aren't out here showing people the way, you never will. Hell yeah, I changed. I don't want to give our government one more penny or power over one more aspect of my personal life. Why do you? Why are you mad at the people who refuse to capitulate and are exposing the lies instead of the people who did this to us? Why are you running back in the arms of your master instead of joining us? Why are you trying to temper a movement to end the hell we're living in right now instead of fostering its growth? Why are you still playing team sports when we're at war with greedy corporate entities? I don't need to say any more. That's it right there. I'm white pilled because people are getting red pilled. Here we go with this is Nadine, and Nadine appears to be coming from the left. Nadine says, I just watched a video of what happened the night Kyle Rittenhouse killed people. I'm sorry, I have to digress again. This video has been out for a year. Like, I've seen this video. I've watched almost every second of the trial, and there's very little that I learned in the trial that I didn't already know. But I'll go back to this. She watched what happened to Kyle the night. She watched the video of what happened the night Kyle Rittenhouse killed people. I thought I was ready to argue against any defense of this guy. I have to admit, it's a different story than I thought it would be. Not every decision he made was right, but he isn't a monster. Let me know what you think. Take care.